Everybody, and welcome to general session for April 30th, 2019. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I believe we have, Tyler, do we have a guest today? Wonderful. We have a little guest along with his helper here from our Franklin County Animal Shelter. Priya is here with us and his helper from the animal shelter. Welcome, and if you want to spend a couple minutes talking about shelter and what's going on at the shelter, that'd be great.
Perfect. Well, thanks for having us. This is Priya. She's a 10-month-old stray that was found here in the streets of Columbus. She's available for adoption today. Today is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day.
I think he's found a place he's going.
He's found a home.
Owner.
She's got a new owner.
I'll give you the slobbery toy and we'll see if that still continues. But all dogs at the shelter today are $18 in celebration of National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. We are at capacity. We have big dogs, small dogs, old dogs, young dogs. We've got them all. So they're ready to find their forever homes. So we encourage everyone to come down today and find somebody for $18.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have an $18 shelter dog. She's a small dog. She's a 16 and a half pound mix. She's a Japanese chin. The shelter wasn't positive, what she was, but then when I took her to the vet, she's part Japanese chin, part terrier. And the shelter was fantastic in helping us to decide, on the dog, and helped with the kids, to figure out, help my son really choose what dog he wanted, because it was his turn to choose. We have a pecking order in the family, and who gets to decide, when it's time to get a dog. And my in-laws have a large dog, have a 100-pound lab mix that apparently, they didn't know this when they got him, but apparently was some sort of a helper dog. Smartest dog I've ever been around. Dog can open doors, close doors, open his crate, close his crate, open drawers, likes to open the bread drawer and get out a loaf of bread every once in a while. He's one of the, yeah, he's very smart.
The dog
and
is
actually,
an O'Grady.
yeah. Actually escaped the kennel where he was being boarded the first time they took him there when they were on vacation, and came home. Walked a couple miles.
Must be a younger sibling.
Yeah, and my son and my wife found him when they were over feeding the turtle. And so when they got home, there he was in the backyard, and the Hilliard police were there. Checking on the house because the garage door was open, because my wife and son were in the house, and they ended up returning it, and the people at the shelter were very upset about the fact that the dog was gone. And then so his new name, you guys gave him one name, the family gave him the name Trouble. But he's a fantastic dog. He was a senior dog when they got him. He was 5 years old. He's now 9, almost 10. But so we've had, and then my previous dog was a shelter dog as well. So we've had nothing but fantastic dogs from the shelter. So
That's great. Well, this Saturday we moved to Welcome Adoptions, where we are doing away with our adoption application to come get a dog, and you just fill out a questionnaire and you talk with an adoption counselor and find the dog that fits right for your family. So get more dogs adopted to more people in the county.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so
that
much.
dog sheds almost as much as you do, Robert. Good thing the hair's the same color.
That's great. We will go to the agenda for Domestic Relations Court.
All right, we don't have any
No,
No minutes to approve.
doesn't look like it.
Resolution 307-19, authorizing the Second Amendment to the 2019 grant agreement with the Ohio Department of Youth Services in the amount of $184,898.68.
Good morning, Commissioners. Barb Reeves, Deputy Director. With me this morning is Orville Johns, the Court Director. This resolution is requesting several changes to the 2019 grant agreement with the Ohio Department of Youth Services. These changes include increasing the reception center program to add security services. We need to increase the competency attainment program to service additional youth. And last, we need to increase the grant administration to add 4 new positions, provide transportation to youth to the various programs, and to do a data assessment on the FCJS and the Juvenile Court Justice Information System. Pending any questions, the court requests the approval of this resolution.
Move approval of Resolution 307-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 307-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
County engineer.
Resolution 308-19, plans approved for the replacement of the structure on Borough Road 1.66 over Plum Road North, JAC-TR 266-1.66, Jackson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning.
My name is Cornell Robertson, Franklin County Engineer. With me today,
Fritz Crozier, Chief Deputy of Engineering.
before I start, I would like to say happy birthday to Franklin County. 216 years ago today.
Wow.
Cool.
You are always aware.
Yeah.
We're going to get you in a
Cornell has an April birthday, so he's very especially aware of all the April birthdays.
Yes, yes.
Lots of important people, as he says, lots of important people.
Yes, sir. So this first resolution is for Boer Road over Plum Run North. We have prepared the plans, the estimate, and we are ready to move forward into construction. And approval of this plan today will allow us to schedule the bid opening.
Now, if there are no questions, move approval of Resolution 308-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 308-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 309-19, E.P. Ferris and Associates Incorporated Consulting Engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County Engineer in preparing right-of-way and construction plans for the Agler Road 1.52 over Alum Creek Project, Mifflin Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $433,542.
Commissioners, this resolution is for a detailed design contract with E.P. Ferris for Agler Road Bridge over Alum Creek. As stated, we would recommend your approval, and we utilize the qualifications-based selection process.
If there are no questions, move approval of Resolution 309-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 309-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 310-19, Gannett Fleming Engineers and Architects PC Consulting Engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County Engineer in preparing right-of-way and construction plans for the Allen Creek Drive and Royal Road Improvement Project, Hamilton Township and Madison Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $329,943.
This resolution is very similar, also a design contract, but with Gannett Fleming for Alum Creek and Roar intersection. And this happens to be one of the projects that we will pursue TID funding for in May.
If there are no questions, move approval of 310-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce? Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 310-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 311-19, authorizing the Franklin County Engineer to enter into a contract modification with Shelley and Sands Incorporated for the Livingston Avenue 5.62 over Blacklick Creek project, an increase of $198,387.04, a total amount of $2,026,525.84.
Commissioners, this next resolution seeks approval to modify the construction contract with Shelley and Sands, Inc. for the Livingston Avenue over Blacklick Creek project. Contractor was asked to extend the scope of the project so that we could complete emergency repairs to provide safe access to the Franklin County Facility Service Drive, southwest of Alum Creek Drive and Phoebus Avenue. Pending any questions, I'd ask for your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of 31119.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 311-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 312-19, preliminary allocations and final encumbrance of county motor vehicle license fee, $5 funds for the city of Whitehall in the amount of $140,000.
Commissioners, the City of Whitehall has requested to use a portion of their permissive fee funds to perform pavement repairs on Fairway Boulevard between Hamilton Road and Country Club Road. Engineer Robertson has viewed the proposed use of funds and has determined that they meet the allowable use. Pending any questions, I'd ask for your approval.
Move approval of 312, I'm sorry, if there's no other questions, move approval of 31219.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 312-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 313-19, petition filed for vacation of a portion of Canal Street, Village of Shadeville, Hamilton Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, the Hamilton Township Board of Trustees filed a petition to vacate a portion of Canal Street located in the Village of Shadeville. Approval of this resolution would declare the petition valid and allow our office to move forward with other legislative steps to determine if the vacation of this section of roadway is warranted. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of resolution 31319.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 313-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and go Blue Jackets.
Yeah. Board of Elections.
Resolution number 314-19, authorizing the transfer of general fund appropriations in order to provide the budgetary allotment for meeting May payroll and other obligations.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ed Leonard on behalf of the Board of Elections. The resolution is for the month of May, the budgetary appropriation. The largest increase we've got in the materials and supplies is for our voting machine transportation contract with E.E. Ward that transports both the machines to the polling locations and post-election, bringing them back. And then the personnel expenses include additional expenses for our seasonal staffing during the month of May as we continue to do the tasks post-election in terms of getting equipment back and processing payments for all of our poll workers. And I don't know if there's any other questions with regard to our communication plan. I continue to have conversations with Mr. Sennett as well as David Payne, the Deputy Director, trying to find some common ground to identify a promotion portion of the plan. But again, it's just very difficult. They're taking a position of essentially all the things, other things that we're doing, and we are doing a lot of things in terms of outreach and getting out in the community, and literature that we have available, videos for our website, a lot of activity. But in terms of that, and the additional poll workers that will be on site at the polling locations to assist voters and educating them, explaining anyone who might have a question about or be unsure of the process, that we have plenty of poll workers there to make sure that that people can be educated about the equipment.
So the last time the county bought new machines was when?
2006.
And when we did that, the county spent, what, couple $100,000 advertising or introducing the new machines to through television advertising
True. Yes.
to introduce the new machines to the voters. So we've done some demonstrations for the public. How many people have attended those demonstrations, roughly?
That I don't have a figure. I've done the math.
Each time you've done it, how many people roughly have attended the demonstration?
30 people or
And
so.
how many of those demonstrations have we done? Roughly, guesstimate.
Roughly, probably, I'd put it at probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 demonstrations so
So
far.
50 demonstrations, 30 people each time.
Right.
Not very many people have actually seen the machines at this point. We have a primary next week with an expected turnout, probably going to be one of the lowest in recent memory. What do you expect the turnout's going to be next week?
Well, we never like to get into the
Oh,
world
that's
of
right,
of
that's right.
predictions, but we do
Safe
anticipate it
to
will
say
be-
it's going to be single digits, probably low single digits, because there's really not much on the ballot.
Well, and when you look at the last 2015 election, there was a contested mayoral primary, and we only had 9% turnout.
Exactly. So we're going to have low single-digit turnout next week. And so as we get to the general election in the fall, again, going to be tremendously low voter turnout, which is a shame. Then we're going to have a presidential election next year with a contested, certainly a contested, heavily contested Democratic primary, where we're going to have incredibly high voter turnout, presumably. But we're definitely going to have a November general election next year where by all accounts we're going to have an incredibly high voter turnout. We're going to have brand new voting machines that people are going to have zero experience voting on, or practically zero experience voting on. At a Board of Elections site where currently we're working on parking issues, and we're potentially setting ourselves up for a nightmare. And nobody knows better about these problems that we're faced with than our board members of the Board of Elections. Yeah. So,
Except maybe with the exception of the director of the board.
oh,
of
I
elections.
apologize.
So-
I apologize. Yes, my fault. Nobody knows better than you, but nobody should know
Or
better than the
concerned
people
as
who
well.
get, nobody else should know better than the
We
people
know.
who get constant briefings from you, who would be the board members of the Board of Elections. Without getting, I mean, we're expecting probably in a presidential election to have what type of voter turnout would we have? Did you guys?
Typically, we get around 70%,
Exactly.
40% of that vote early by mail or early vote. And again, the familiarity with the equipment in the early vote center would help voters speed through that process. The less familiarity they have with the equipment, the more it may take to get voters through that early vote center.
So we've had roughly 1,500 or more people, not counting, the three of us who've seen the new machines and given a demonstration of the new machines. And now we have, plus we have a community that has new Americans, the largest number of new Americans in the state, and, are the folks that need to be educated on these machines the most. I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous to me. I sure hope that, while I know you guys are working diligently on and having these regular meetings and communications with board members, and they are certainly steadfast in their opposition to advertising the election and advertising the fact that we've got coming elections and we have new machines folks need to be educated on. I sure hope that we are. I'm going to vote no on this resolution again for the fourth month in a row. And I'll continue to vote no on this resolution. But I would hope that we are working on other ways to make the two board members understand that this is something that is necessary and something that is something that they need to reconsider. So I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no
I
other-
will let-
Well,
relay
I'll
those
just say,
questions.
if you don't mind, I'm going to add, because I really think Commissioner O'Grady makes a very good point, and quite frankly, and I'm directing this at you, Director, I'm not, but I think it's starting to get to the level of absurdity, considering all the things that you and Commissioner O'Grady just exchanged about. I mean, I think you make the perfect case for why the board should do more to educate the voters, and really has an obligation to what it exists for. And I think Commissioner O'Grady, quite frankly, has it right in voting no you know, because this is really just at a level of ridiculousness, and I don't really know. I'm not going to vote no because because folks have to get paid and there's an organization to run, but I would if I could. I'd be right there with Commissioner O'Grady because what they're doing is wrong, and there's just no other way to look at it. And I know that's not your position, and so I know I believe if it were up to you, you'd want to do more to educate the voters, but. But for the record, I mean, if something doesn't get resolved here with regards to you all sharing with us how you're educating voters, and the demonstrations are wonderful and awesome, but that's a drop in the bucket to what we could do in terms of advertising impact. You know how that works. It's just numbers. It's a marketing element. So disappointed once again that we're here. But I'll be supporting the resolution because we've got an operations to do. But I certainly would be voting no if I could, if it didn't have such an adverse effect. I'd definitely be with Commissioner O'Grady because I think the position is correct. Nonetheless, we've got work to do. So.
I echo that and would say elections matter. Every election matters. I've said it so many times, but elections matter. And this election, you may say, is going to be a low turnout election. Well, of course it's going to be if nobody knows how to vote and nobody knows where to go to vote, and we have so many new people coming into the community and new students coming in every year, and they don't know where to go to vote or how to vote, and it's easy for people who aren't used to voting to say, I'm not going to vote because, oh, it doesn't matter, and everybody says it's an off-year election, so it doesn't matter. And I know you feel the same way. And
I mean, there are people who say it's not an election year.
Right.
Is like that only the
I
presidential
know.
is the election
Right.
year. And
I
it's-
know, and you know how I feel about that. And I too would vote no, but on this resolution, but I will not vote no on this because I'm just not going to do that because the staff and the operations need to continue. But we've got to find a way to get through, and we've got to find a way, whether it's through the state, whether it's going around this board, I don't know. But there has to be a way to get through, to get the information to the people who need to have the information. And that's all I'll say.
Before I move approval, I want to say one last thing. First, I've spoken with Chairman Price about this. Chairman Price is a friend of mine. He and I have been friends for more than 30 years. I consider Doug to be a friend, and we've talked about this. He just professes to have a fundamental disagreement with us on this. I don't really know Chairman Senate. I've met him a handful of times, but I don't really know Brad much at all. But at the end of the day, their opinion on this issue, as my conversations with Doug, is simply that enough money has been spent on advertising these elections. The campaigns spend money. Everybody knows the election's coming, and the location of the Board of Elections hasn't changed, and that's their opinion. And what I expressed to the chairman was, one, we should never stop promoting voting. We should never stop promoting voting to anybody. Director Payne has indicated that he's been promoting elections and voting for his entire career. And I agree with him on that. We should always be educating the voters. We should always be talking to voters about, but we're the fastest growing county in the state. We have new voters moving into the state, as Commissioner Brown has indicated, or into the county every day. New Americans, students, and at the end of the day, the voting location is the voting location, but it's not, our advertising the election is not just about where the early vote center is. It's more than that. It's about folks knowing and understanding, how to vote early, how to get, about the entire process. And the idea that, elections are advertised by the campaigns is just kind of a ridiculous notion. And that people know when election day is just kind of a ridiculous notion. This is about making sure that folks, the voter turnout is what it is. I mean, the idea that people, I guarantee you, outside of the fact that the people that are in this room, the vast majority of this community doesn't even realize that next Tuesday is an election day. And that's just a sad statement. And so the idea that we shouldn't be spending, money to advertise the election is ridiculous. And when they made the claim that, it's a frivolous waste of dollars, Franklin County never frivolously wastes dollars. They haven't done it since I've been an elected official in this county. We haven't done it since I've been a member of this board. And for them to make that accusation is insulting.
It is insulting.
And so, at the end of the day, we need to figure out a way to make sure that this happens. And I will not vote yes on this resolution or any coming resolutions for this board, and I will continue to try to figure out a way to get these elections advertised in any way I can. And so, anyway, that's that. If there's no further comments, I move approval of Resolution 31419.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner-
Oh, no, I'm sorry, no.
Changed his mind that quick.
I just pontificated for 20 minutes and then I did that. No.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 314-19 has been adopted.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Commissioner.
Ray.
Got myself all fired up and then did that.
Emergency management.
Resolution -315-19, authorizing a contract with Haggerty Consulting Incorporated for complex coordinated terrorist attack services rebid in the amount of $264,378.
If I could also take a second, I apologize, Director, but I should also say that previous to voting no on these resolutions over the last, I think since February, I've voted no on these resolutions. I have voted against one other resolution in my entire time here on the board. Now, there are those who would say, I think your predecessor, Mr. Perry, wrote an article about how we, all, vote together all the time, and which is a product of how we do business here at the county. We do our business during the week, and then we take our votes, and generally we all, we get our work done. And so when we get here, they should be votes that are in the affirmative if we've done our work properly. But I don't take voting no on anything lightly, and so the fact that I've voted no 4 months in a row and have stated that I'm going to continue to vote no is a big deal for me. So sorry, I apologize, Director.
Your privilege.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to vote yes on your resolutions.
Thank you. Thank you in advance. Go ahead, Jessica.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jessica Uslo, Office of Homeland Security, along with Director Young from Emergency Management. The resolution we have this morning is a contract with Haggerty Consulting. The contract is for exercise coordination, plan development, and coordination with our complex coordinated terrorism attack grant received last year through the county based on our application through our office. The contract was selected as best and lowest from the 7 submitted applications. It will run through June 30th of 2020 for completion of all deliverables, with final payments completed by July 30th of 2020 as well. Pending any questions, we request approval of this resolution.
If there aren't any questions, move approval of 315-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 315-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 316-19, authorizing the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services Director to enter into data sharing agreements and related amendments with the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner with Job and Family Services. This resolution authorizes the Director on behalf of the agency to enter into data sharing agreements and any related amendments with the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. FCDJ is seeking state hearing data to better inform agency business operations and improve efficiencies. We will seek to integrate the state hearing data in our internal case process tracking system, which will allow us to promptly identify hearing requests and efficiently resolve customer issues. The overall goal will be to minimize the number of state hearings to the benefit of all parties. The terms of this state data sharing agreement are March 26, 2019 through June 30th, 2021, and the agency anticipates entering into similar agreements in the future. In addition to permitting the director to enter into this agreement, data sharing agreement, it will also authorize the director or designees to enter into any mutually agreed upon written modifications or amendments to the data sharing agreement. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If no questions, move approval 31619.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 316-19 has been adopted.
Thank you, and I have to echo, go CBJ.
Yes.
Sanitary engineers.
Resolution 317-19, authorizing the second modification to the contract with American Structure Point Incorporated for additional services for the Century Acres wastewater treatment plant upgrades project, an increase of $76,319.64, a total amount of $505,263.48.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ryan Stowe with Sanitary Engineering. Sanitary Engineers requesting the authorization of a second contract modification with American Structure Point in the amount of $76,319.64 for our Century Acres wastewater treatment plant upgrades project. After preliminary design capacity issues came to light with the City of Groveport's pump station and downstream gravity sewer mains that would be responsible for handling flow from the Century Acres subdivision. After reviewing several options, it was decided to make a new connection in the city's collection system located at Hayes Road and Pontius Road. Connection at this location will be much more economical and presents no known capacity issues. In order to design for this new connection, American Structure Point's scope and fee had to be modified. The proposed modification will cover preliminary design, including surveying for the new alignment, along with environmental services and geotechnical services. The additional funding will be provided by Ohio Water Development Authority Water Pollution Control Loan Fund. Pending any questions or comments, I respectfully request the passage of this resolution.
If there's no questions, I move approval of resolution 31719.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce? Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 317-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 318-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Alta Sandusky at 1984 Westfield, Columbus, Ohio, 43223.
Morning, Commissioners. James Schimmer, Director of Economic Development and Planning, joined at the dais this morning by Jamie Edwards, who is our Business Services Officer, and she is ready for her 10K.
Yes. Good morning. Alta Sandusky received $5,289 in March of 1984. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval 31819.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 318-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 319-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Rosemary Kirk at 8970 Stillwater Drive, Galloway, Ohio, 43119.
Rosemary Kirk received $15,000 in August of 2000. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval 31919.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 319-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 320-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Billy and Carol Nestor at 3525 Caddow Road, Columbus, Ohio 43232.
Billy and Carol Nestor received $15,000 in July of 2009. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
There's no questions. Move approval of 32019.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 320-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 321-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Gary and Connie Jordan at 2435 Rosedale Avenue, Columbus, Ohio 43223.
Gary and Connie Jordan received $8,562.29 in August of 2017. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
There's no questions. Move approval of 32119.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 321-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 322-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Kevin Williams at 2991 Blue Moon Drive, Columbus, Ohio 43232.
Kevin Williams received $6,000 in September of 2012. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of 32219.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 322-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 323-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Melissa Ann Bourne at 390 Topsfield Road, Columbus, Ohio 43228.
Melissa Ann Bourne received $15,000 in November of 2006. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
There's no questions. Move approval of 32319.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 323-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 324-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Thomas Olander at 123 Woodcliff, Whitehall, Ohio 43213.
Thomas Olander received $3,004 in March of 2002. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of 32419.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 324-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 325-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Thomas Olander at 101 Woodcliff, Whitehall, Ohio 43213.
Thomas Olander received $4,819 in March of 2002. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of 32519.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 325-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 326-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Thomas Olander at 99 Woodcliff, Whitehall, Ohio 43213.
Thomas Olander received $4,819 in March of 2002. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of 32619.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 326-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 327-19, authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Kelly Bowen at 3759 Genesee Avenue, Columbus, Ohio 43219.
Kelly Bowen received $15,000 in November of 2007. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of 32719.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 327-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 328-19, authorizing a contract with Restorative Financial Services, LLC, for the purpose of financial literacy education under the fiscal year 2016 Justice Assistance Grant Program in the amount of $20,875.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Daniels, Director of Justice Policy and Programs. The contract before you will purchase financial literacy education for some of our clients. We'll be teaching these classes at the community-based correctional facility, as well as to parents involved in the juvenile domestic court and to veterans who are incarcerated in the Veterans Pod at the Jackson Pike facility. Pending any questions, I'd ask for your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of Resolution 32819.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 328-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 329-19, authorizing a contract for case management and peer support services with Impact Community Action through the fiscal year 2018 SAM HSA Medication Assisted Treatment Grant Program in the amount of $85,000.
Commissioners, this is using our SAMHSA grant that we received last year to expand our medically assisted treatment programming inside the jail, both to the females who are currently in Pathways program as well as to stand up a male program. This contract is with Impact Community Action. We are essentially leasing the full-time services of Marcia White from Impact, so she'll maintain her employment there with all of her benefit structure and seniority and so forth. But for the term of the grant, she will be working with us full-time and will be based out of our office. Pending any questions, we'd ask for your approval.
If there's no questions, move approval of 32919.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 329-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 330-19, authorizing a contract with Alvis Incorporated for transitional housing services through fiscal year 2018 Comprehensive Opioid Abuse Site-Based Grant Program in the amount of $26,280.
Commissioners, we're excited to bring this forward. This is the COP grant that we got along with the SAMHSA grant. But what we're doing here is leasing a full-time apartment from Alvis with 2 bedrooms. And so we will have that at our disposal at any time to be able to house 2 of the ladies who are coming out of our program and provide them with immediate transitional housing. This contract covers the rent, the utilities, and a full-time house monitor. Pending any questions, we'd ask approval.
What a need that this will fill. This is terrific.
Thank you.
What a need.
Do you have is this
That's,
the resolution that needs to
No,
speak?
not this.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. If there's no further questions, move approval of Resolution 33019.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
yes.
Resolution number 330-19 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Purchasing.
Oh, gotcha.
Resolution 331-19, approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $2,628,892.12.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Interim Director of the Purchasing Department. The resolution before you requests your approval of 100 purchase orders. Included in this resolution are 29 eligible POs totaling just over $275,000. These are identified as POs, or I'm sorry, these are defined as POs in which small and emerging business enterprises are likely to participate. Of these POs, 15 were awarded to SEBEs totaling $238,443.36. which is 51% of the eligible PO volume and 86% of the eligible PO dollar value. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as to the availability of funds by the county auditor. Pending any questions, I recommend their approval.
We do have a guest speaker that I'd like to bring up now, the Reverend Richard Burnett from the Bread Organization. Welcome. And as you know, you have 3 minutes to speak, and on the topic of our purchasing resolution, I see that you are for the resolution, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Build that microphone up if you want, that little
The
thing down there,
stand
yeah.
goes up
Yeah, because it's
to adjust
quite
for
short
height.
for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
or you can just take the mic off.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Richard Burnett. I'm the rector of Trinity Episcopal Church on Capitol Square and active in the Bread Organization. Today I represent the Bread Organization. We are glad that the county funds agencies that do so much great work in the community. From mid-January to mid-April this year, we listened each week, members of our team listened each week as you approved funding for various requests. During that time, we had our members also share housing stories here at your meetings. There are 54,000 low-income families paying at least half of their paychecks each month on housing. Hundreds of our members from all over Franklin County are part of this 54,000 population. They are seniors, people with disabilities, single parents, recent college graduates, and others. In a recent editorial in the Columbus Dispatch, it was noted that this community is very proud of what has often been referred to as the Columbus Way. However, currently, that way is leaving thousands of families behind, with certain communities continually strained by the lack of good-paying jobs, affordable housing, and other community problems. Sometimes it seems the Columbus Way actually ignores the voices of grassroots citizens. And in fact, that editorial called for expanding the table, having more voices at the table, making decisions. You can take a step forward and demonstrate that the Columbus Way must include grassroots voices by showing up at the Bread Nehemiah Action on Monday, May 6th. We know that you received an invitation back in October. You acknowledged that in our meetings with you. The event is less than 1 week away. You don't have to agree with us, but you need to show up and let the 3,000 constituents, your neighbors, know what you are willing or unwilling to do. Each and every one of those 3,000 people deserves your respect. Do you respect your constituents enough to show up at the Nehemiah Action on May 6th?
Thank you for your remarks.
I understand I have 3 minutes.
Oh, I thought you were finished. I'm sorry.
Well, I stopped, but I'm not finished.
Okay.
Do you plan to come to the Nehemiah Action on May 6th?
I don't know, Mike. I don't know.
Does this mean that none of you plan to be there at this point?
I'll just repeat myself. I don't know. I don't have my calendar in front of me. I don't know what my other schedule is on the schedule.
We do need to know today. We understand that Commissioner Brown and Commissioner Boyce told us before that you would let us know in a week or two before the action. We really need to know today.
And I can't give you an answer at this time.
Well, please know we will report this to the community at the action.
Understood.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there's no further questions, I move approval of Resolution 33119.
Second.
Moving and second voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 331-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. And do we have journalizations?
I have one here.
Okay.
Case number Annex -07-19, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, Annex 07-19, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on April 23, 2019. The petition is requesting to annex 1.445 plus or minus acres from Prairie Township to the City of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on May 28, 2019. Site 375, Galloway Road, PDI number 240-002333.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And with that, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.